Learned already. What more do they not need to show us as a group from the things that we've been doing? We continue to vote for a particular party, the Democrats, and nothing is ever on the table except empty promises, except empty words. Okay? Because you can talk a great game, right? It's like you and a guy, you guys at the barbecue, you guys at an event at a fun, he's like, yeah, man, back in the day, man, I used to have a killer 3-point shot. I used to do all these great and wonderful things. Oh, man, you know, I got the best this, I got man, I got 3 businesses. And then when you start telling people, well, show me your 3 businesses. Oh, well, right now, my 3 businesses, they're in the shop. Wait a minute, your 3 businesses? You get what I'm getting at. Oh, man, yeah, I got a Ferrari. Oh, man, you got a Ferrari? Let me see your Ferrari, man. Oh, no, man, it's in the shop. What? This is the problem, family. We continue to fall for the same tricks year in and year out. And of course, there are some significant changes that you can make in your community when you vote on a very local level, right? When you're speaking to your councilman and your alderman, yes, there are some significant differences that you can make when you guys are on the same agenda and the same code and moving towards the same goal. Right? But remove all the barriers, remove all the things that you guys disagree with, and agree on 2 to 3 things to go to the ballot box on your local levels. But when it comes to the federal elections, we're talking about for the presidents of these United States corporations, we need to understand that your vote is always treated like a hoe, right? It's treated like a prostitute that they're going to use it but never pay you. That's the point. You gotta feel like you're being prostituted out without any financial gain. Because again, they bring you along for the ride, right? The Democrats bring you along for the ride, and then just when you think you're about to get something, they kick your ass out of the car, don't they? Or after you do your sexual act with them, what happens? You get out of the bed and go to the bathroom to clean yourself up, and they left the room. You never got paid. What is the point I'm making here? See, the point I'm making is a lot of people, again, going back on the Donald Trump thing, and I'm apolitical, that nobody wanted Donald Trump in office. They said he was a bigot, he was a racist, and this. And then when you start talking about Jim Crow Joe, the 1994 crime bill, they didn't want to hear that. It's like, our people look foolish, right? Me and my wife was talking the other day, and we was going over the different definitions of certain words, like dumb. Dumb in the dictionary means blind, right? You're blind, you can't even see it. So some of us are dumb. But majority of us are foolish, meaning that we see it and we ignore it. You are a freaking fool. You see what's not being done. You see what's not being said. But you continue to go out and do something for a particular party that puts them in power, that gives you absolutely nothing, that gives everybody else something. We are fools. Because I can't even say we're stupid. There's very few of us that are stupid, right? Stupid meaning you can't even comprehend it. Let me break it down. Dumb, you can't even see it. Stupid, you can't even comprehend it. Foolish, you can do all of the above, but you ignore it. See, that's the issue with our people, that we are freaking foolish. We continue to fall for the bull day in, day out, year in, year out, every 4 years, every 2 years. Now, remember, Obama couldn't do nothing for us because he didn't have control of the House and Senate. Well, his boy Jim Crow Joe has both. He has control of the presidency. He has control of the House. He has control of the Senate. He has control of a lot of delegates around the U.S. So tell me, the Lift Every Voice plan, what happened to that? Anybody hear about that plan yet? Anybody hear an update about the Lift Every Voice plan for Black America? Anybody hear that? No, you did not, because you got lied to. but not really. You know what? You didn't get lied to. You got fooled too. Because if you continue to look back, president after president after president after president, and I love to point out certain times in history. Let's go back to Barack Obama, since we love him, right? 2008, town hall meeting in North Carolina. The question came up, Senator Obama, do you support reparations for the American Descendant of Slaves? You know what? I support reparations for North Carolina school systems. My wife tells me I do this all the time. She said, we can be having a conversation, and if you don't want to answer it, you just change the conversation. That's what she told me. She's like, we could be talking about the grill, and you go right to the fireplace. It's like, babe, what do you think we should get new pellets for the grill? But babe, you know, the fireplace needs a blower on it. That way we can get heat. That's exactly what Obama did, but we voted, right? We voted the first time, we voted the second time. Got nothing from it. Native Americans got money, everybody else got money. Oh, yeah. I didn't forget to tell you guys that the Native Americans under Joe Biden got another $31 billion on top of the $2 billion they get every year, plus the federal funding for the reserve of their sovereign land. I didn't tell you guys that, right? So when you really, really think about it, quote unquote, the white Mongolian Asian so-called $5 Indian Native Americans, and if you follow your lineage, I guarantee a lot of your ancestors will look like you and I, and they're Native Americans, quote unquote, American Indians. Look into your lineage. But that's beside the point. Whether you're American Indian, foundational Black American, American Descendant of Slaves, we keep using this term, we're owe reparations. But here's the thing, how you can tell somebody they owe you something and you keep giving them your vote? Think about that. Take it from your Uncle John. Everybody got an Uncle John, or Uncle Luke, or Uncle Derek. Somebody got Uncle somebody, right? You tell your uncle say, hey, nephew, hey, man, let me borrow $25, nephew. Oh, I got you, Unc. When can I get the money back? I got you in a couple of days, man. I get my paycheck, man. You know what I'm saying? Once I get this job, I'll pay you back. Okay, cool. You give your uncle the $25. A month later, your uncle gets the job. 3 months later, you know your uncle had at least 2 paychecks. He still haven't paid you your money. Sound like anybody you know? I'm talking about you and the Democratic Party. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every 4 years, majority of our people vote Democrat, and we sitting up here waiting for something to occur, and nothing occurs. Wake up. I understand the Democratic sock puppets that we see on TV, dancing a jig, always had a fish fry, looking for butter biscuits and catfish nuggets, talking about they're holding these fish fries, somehow come out and vote. Have you noticed in any other community, they don't pander to them with food? They don't pander to them with music. Like, they always pander to our lower class citizens, unfortunately. And lower class doesn't mean economically, it means low vibrational, right? You can be making 30 grand, but you have high intelligence. You can read and figure things out for yourself. That's the people I'm talking about. The people who can't think for themselves. The people who are sheep led to the slaughter. You can hear the information, read the information, and totally be lied to, and you continue to follow the same thing. Then you have those party holes out there. They're part of a particular party, right? They get holed out, and they know they're getting holed out, but they're looking for something in return. They're looking for accolades. They're looking for a check. They're looking for a position. They're looking for status. That's why you see a lot of our people here on TV talking about vote here, vote there, vote here, here, do this, do that. But they're never doing something specifically for black people in general. No, it's just for them. So we have to and under that when people are just talking and not doing, then you're not getting anything. 31 billion to the $31 billion to the $5 Indian. 43 billion taken away from HBCUs, $63 billion given to the Afghan migrants, and $450,000 per illegal immigrant child. How much money is that? I don't even know, and I deal in finance. That's a lot of damn money. My mind is just going to the trillions of dollars. That's where my mind is. And let me ask you something. We was talking about during the time of the stimulus check, right? This fourth stimulus check wasn't for everybody. It was for mostly women with kids. 4 stimulus checks. The Democrats and Republicans were back and forth about who should get the stimulus check and how much. And then the biggest time is when are they going to disseminate this stimulus check? The first stimulus check, from what I can recall, was $1,200. Then if you was married with kids, it went up from there. But for a single person, I believe was $1,200. Let me ask you something. And I know a lot of you may get on your political podium and say, well, Ross, it's about votes and it's about what party allows what party to do this and do that and do this and do that. And then you have a lot of infighting with the Democrats not agreeing with the congressional and the Senate and the blah, 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 right? How is it that you can only get $1,200? Think about this. You can only get $1,200 for a stimulus check during a time of a pandemic. But people, and let's just bring the Haitians in here. You got 2 groups of people. One group of people, Afghans, who are Middle Eastern, but according to America, if you go to censusbureau.gov, that Afghans are considered white in America. Afghans are considered white in America, and Haitians are considered black in America. But they're both immigrants from another country, right? Now tell me, you got one country where their country is suffering for 2 consecutive earthquakes that totally turned the whole country into turmoil. That's number 1. Then 2, their president got assassinated. That's a whole nother story. We know who did that. So when we look at these particular things, family, and you go to Afghans, you have one quote unquote terrorist group take over the government. The Taliban takes over the government of Afghanistan. But one group you give $63 billion to, and then the other group, you kick their ass out of the country. Right? All along, black people, they're toying with us, our vote and our support. It's like, hey, don't you guys care about immigrants? Hey, don't you guys care about the LGBT community? Like, no, we care about black people. We care about foundational black Americans. We care about American Descendant of Slaves. That is who we care about, because when we start caring about everybody else, they get our resources, they get our support, and we get absolutely nothing. Look at all the major cities where there's a large concentration of black people in. You look at Detroit. You look at Chicago. You look at certain parts of LA. You look at DC. You look at Atlanta. I mean, you look at Houston. You continue to go on and on and on. You like, look at these cities and look how the people are doing in these cities. See, you don't have, and family, I wish we would read more so we understand more. But just use your eyes. Look left and right. Because here's the thing. I can tell you Donald Trump is racist all day. You agree to it, right? You agree to it. Some of you, I'll tell you that Joe Biden is racist all day. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree because you've been pandered to, right? But when I start getting into the facts of it all, and I say, well, tell me what Donald Trump as president did racist against black Americans. Tell me. You won't really come up with nothing. But then if I tell you, what has Joe Biden done racist against black Americans? I can definitely bring up the 1994 crime bill. I can definitely bring up the 1986 anti-drug bill that affected who? Majority of black Americans, right? And some of you like, oh, well, you know, Ross, you got to go all the way back in history to find out something to fit your narrative. You got to go all the way back in history to add to more rhetoric that you're speaking, right? Because of my biases. Then I say, oh, okay. I got one better for you. What about when we're getting killed in the street? The George Floyd bill can't, did not happen, was not executed on, did not get passed into law. Defund the police, tanked, did not pass into law, did not occur, did not happen. But the Asian hate bill, but the last time I checked, have you ever seen the police beat up an Asian person? Have you ever seen a cop beat up an Asian person? Now, I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. That's all I'm saying. I just want you guys to think about the things I'm saying. You don't have to agree. And matter of fact, I want you to disagree. I want you to disagree. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to agree with what I'm saying, because I may sound stupid, like I'm hooping and hollering. I may not know what the hell's going on. Maybe I'm just flat out wrong. But see, that's the point, family. Sometimes we got to have people that we may not agree with tell us the truth every now and again. Like, you know what? Most things he say, I really don't agree with. But he is speaking the truth. I tell people, okay, you don't like reading news stories, you don't like following black media, you don't like understanding the contextualize of information that they put out. Okay, I got it. You don't want to know, right? You don't want to analyze these particular things. You don't want to investigate all these bills like HR 1909. You should look that up, because they're about to make all the illegal immigrants citizens of America, and they're gonna not that they already taken your job, because a lot of your jobs have already been taken, but more of your jobs will be taken. Please go up and look up HR 1909. It's gonna blow you off your rocker. I promise you. On that one, you got to kill the nanny. You got to kill the nanny on that one, because listen, it's no holds barred on black Americans. They don't even give a no more. They don't give a no more. They don't. They don't give a no more. They blatantly lie to us in our face. And people say, well, you know, man, if here's the one I love. It's like people continue to repeat Democratic talking points. Well, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. What? Bruh, I'm talking right now. I got a voice. Here's another thing, though. Here's another thing, too, family. They tell you if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. Can I tell you something? When you vote, your voice goes away. When you vote, your voice goes away. Think about this. They're pandering, they're talking, they manipulating you to get your vote. And you got your vote in your hand like, well, okay, you better than Donald Trump. All right, okay. But what you gonna do for black people? Well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Okay, well, you got my vote. Now, what you gonna do? I ain't gonna do nothing. I never said I was gonna do anything. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me I voted and you ain't gonna do nothing? Well, no, what do you want? Well, I want reparations. That's not gonna happen. Well, anything's better than Donald Trump. Does that make any damn sense? No. That don't make any sense, family. Just make it make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. I done had some boule butt kissing, pandering lunatic try to yell and hoop and holler and have a discussion with me about how politics work. I said, bruh, I don't need to know how politics work. I know how it works. Black people vote. Black people don't get anything. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. How about this? Afghans are not even citizens. They can't even vote, but they get $63 billion. How about that? That's how politics works. That's how politics work. I got one better for you. Let me put this up, block this sun. I got one better for you. Illegal immigrants get $450,000 per child. They can't even vote. They're not even citizens. That's how politics work. Native Americans, those $5 Indians that are not, in my opinion, some of them are not Native Americans, because we understand they pay $5 to be a Native American. You need to read about that as well. They got an additional $31 billion off of Joe Biden. Where the sun at? This sun all over the place. They got $31 additional from Joe Biden, and they don't vote. You know why Native Americans don't vote? Because Native Americans live on sovereign land. They're a country. They're a country. Each reservation is a country within a country. Their reservation is their own tribal land, sovereign land, their own country. They have their own police, own this, own that. They don't pay taxes, right? They don't even pay taxes to their own, but our tax dollars go to them. I'm just telling you how it works. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I just want, you know how you go to a cookout and they say, yeah, man, come up here and get some ribs before they all run out. And you say, okay, man, yeah, I'm gonna get up there and give me some ribs. So because you voted, you go up to get your ribs, but ain't no damn ribs left. The only thing is there is burnt chicken left. And then when you go up there to get your burnt chicken, a bird fly past and get your burnt chicken, so now you got nothing. They don't even give you the damn burnt chicken. See, that's the problem, family. We continue to think that we're gonna get something, and we're not. Because if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. I mean, where they come up with this stuff at, man? Where they come up with this stuff? Like, I heard somebody told me, a couple of my friends, they told me, they said, yeah, man, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. I said, okay, so when I vote, what does that mean? Do I have a voice after I vote? Well, yeah. Well, explain it. I said, because if I hold my vote for sale, if I hold my vote for ransom, and he's like, man, that's stupid. That's stupid. Wait a minute. Why does everybody get something except for us? How is that stupid that I want something for my vote, but everybody else gets something for their vote, or if even they don't vote? We got groups who get things even if they don't vote. I'm just saying. Family, if you don't read this, use your two eyes. Has your condition or your family or your community has different? Now, for you guys who live in the suburbs, you guys that live in great neighborhoods, this doesn't really, it may not affect you, but it may affect your son or daughter. It may affect aunts and uncles. It may affect your grandfather and grandmother. But it will affect somebody in your family. So why not do something about it? Right? If you're not going to go out there and stomp the pavement and put up protest signs and go to the Capitol and do all these particular things, the easiest thing you can do is on voting day is wait and say, wait a minute, I noticed that you gave Native Americans $31 billion, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I noticed that you gave Afghans $63 billion, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I realized that you gave illegal immigrants $450,000 per. Now, my community, American Descendant of Slaves, Foundation of Black Americans, have been fighting, have been marching, have been protesting, have been riding for reparations for damn near a century, okay? And we have not got one iota of any sorts of reparations. What we've gotten is lies, pandering, benign neglect. We've been ignored. but you continue to get our vote. So in order for you to get this vote right here, I need something on paper of what you're going to do. And if you ain't going to do anything, just let me know. Like the Republicans, they already let you know we ain't doing nothing for you, but we ain't gonna lie to you either, because we ain't gonna do nothing for you. So that's the question you really need to ask, family. And just use your 2-hour research and talk to your family and stop having them being lied to and being manipulated and tricked. Oh, Donald Trump is a racist. Okay. Well, if Donald Trump is a racist, guess what? He was a racist to us, Hispanics, and Asians. Joe Biden's in the office. He's only been racist to us. Message.